your organization, Options, is extending various hiring solutions like executive search, turnkey assignments, elastic recruitment, and outplacement, recruitment audit, recruitment training. As a freelancer for the client or organization, how you are responsible for employer brand equity? How you are doing this? Employer equity as a freelancer, how you are doing this?
Okay, let me confess, it's a matter of survival. Okay, so you have to, is survival the fittest, and one has to constantly be relevant in these kind of situations. Okay, so I mean, if you look at the last 1 month, the last thing companies, HR people are worried about is hiring. They are right now looking at the safety of the existing employees and motivating that person. So I would feel hiring as a question for next 3 months is out. Okay, if at all they have any kind of concern in the next 1 week or 2 weeks, it is how do we reduce the burden on the financial thing. And I must tell you, there are companies already making lists of people whom to lay off. So as a recruiter, if I am going to depend only on recruitment, there's no way I'll sustain. So therefore, I try and transplant the skills as a recruiter to try and see how I can add value to my stakeholders, if it's the client or the candidate. So the two issues which you mentioned, one was outplacement and second was elastic recruitment. They're more innovative. I'll just elaborate.
What is that elastic recruiting, sir?
Elastic recruiting is something which has started about 5-6 years back, because there is a cost to hiring. Okay, typically abroad, the cost of hire is almost the recruitment consultants are paid 2 to 3 months of a salary. Okay, so only the large companies can afford to pay that kind of money. The smaller and medium enterprises hesitate to pay 2 to 3 months salary. I mean, it's a little different in India because we still have a 1 month salary. So here what happens is, here Elastic is basically, it's on-demand service where we give expert hiring, and this stretches based on the need and the budget of the client. For example, now we'll take a person like Anish. He's a specialist. And a lot of companies today, either startups or mid-sized companies, even if you take 250 size company, they also need people. Okay, but and they need people more than say Amazons or Facebooks or the Googles. And unfortunately, everybody is competing with the best talent in these big companies. So a small and medium enterprise or even a 250 company can afford to have only 1 or 2 at best HR people. And so this HR person is primarily focused on end-to-end thing, right from payroll, admin, and recruitment. So they are not, if they without a sharp knife, they're impossible to fight with the competition. So what we have done in the elastic recruiting, we have built a network of expert recruiters who are rented out to companies for finding the people. So just take an issue like, say we have Anish, who's got over 20 years of industry experience. Now he's normally not available for any company as an employment kind of a thing. But based on his knowledge, expertise, he might need to spend only 15 hours. So I will hire or I'll give Anish, the client, a choice of hiring Anish, and we break down the recruitment into 4 or 5 different pieces. I mean, while it's end-to-end, actually there are 4 or 5 verticals. You have scoping, which is basically the job description part. Then you have the sourcing part. Then they have a screening part, and then the selection. Now, often, most companies have the bandwidth for at least 2 out of those 3, 2 out of those 4. So they need only help in, say, scoping or, say, sourcing, to identify people they wouldn't have got. So it's a win-win situation for both a person like Anish, where he can still work with the clients that he wants and the complexity of the job he does, and the employers also can have a cost-effective solution. So that's what is elastic recruitment. Basically, hiring a new business model.
Organization is paying for what he is doing.
Yes.
If it is doing the job description, we are paying for that. If he is screening, we are paying for that, not for the entire process.
Correct. Right. So in terms of cost, if you were to say, if you look at if same job, if it was in, say, America, and if you had to hire somebody of $100,000, they had to pay the recruitment consultant 20%, which is $20,000. Instead, if they were to hire Anish for 15 hours and pay him even $200 per hour, the total cost will be only $3,000. So whereas they would have spent 20,000 in a normal condition. So there's a so we have a bunch of rock star recruiters who are specialists in functions, industry, levels, and location, whom you can hire. It's almost like your Uber or Netflix. You know, you don't have to own a car today. I want to go from one place to another place. I just call up Uber and get the vehicle. Okay, and I can choose to, if I want to impress somebody, I can choose to take a bigger car, or if I go to a smaller place, I'll probably take a sedan. Okay, same thing. It's Uberization coming into recruitment. We call it elastic recruitment.